Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 71. Let's jump into things. Okay, so we've got a little bit going on this turn, mostly just carving into portions of AI Pan. And a couple of little prep things going into future. Talk about things. We've cast Dark Knowledge and we found a Stale Current. This is a Death 1 site that also increases, also increases death scales. And for that, we were attacked by a lesser horror and killed. I don't think anything happens interesting in this. I think we just get blipped. Yeah, we just get blipped. Boop. Ba-da-ba-doop. Okay. We cast another Dark Knowledge. Fine, nothing. We're kind of just sacrificing our bones, our bone boys. We're producing them occasionally over in our swamps, and we're kind of just sacrificing them to get casts of Dark Knowledge off, because we're at the point to where additional death gems are cool but not necessary, and losing the bone boys isn't really like a big deal, right? So we're kind of looking for cool sites, you know. Did another Harspex, didn't find anything, but this does actually finalize most of our site searching in the eastern portion of our realm, which is cool. We summoned Kusarikus, which is nice. We're going to keep doing that pretty much every single turn. And we've got enough of an earth income that even while we do that every single turn, we're still going to be accumulating gems, which is good because with Kusarikus, what we can do is we can dump in a turn, right? If we think there's a big battle coming up and we have, 10 to 15 Earth Gurus in a location, we can go, boom, 20 to 30 Kusarikus to add to an army. Great. Or if we get like a fort jumped on, we can Kusarikus, right? Of course, Astral Corruption makes that a little more challenging, but is an option. We've got a couple battles, one in Whispering Wastes. This is our new Ishib, so let's see how he does. Kit as follows. Very cool. Oh, he's against very little. Liquid Body, Moss Body, Bark Skin, Kuwick himself. Wcha, 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 wcha. Nicely done. I do enjoy the Moss Body variant for Ishibs. Like, honestly, I think they're pretty good. I think you can thug them out probably with just a Frostbrand and Boots of the Messenger for like a cheap build. And then just Liquid Body, Moss Body will do most of the heavy lifting there, truth be told. So that's pretty cool. We've got another battle in Andoria. This is our other Ishib. Liquid Body, Moss Body, Barkskin, Kuwick himself. Watch out. We got Leaf Blowers. Apologies. Okay. Books that Minotaur up. Get one more, get one more. Yeah! Ooh, two. Two for the price of one. Nice AoE. It's noon. What are they doing? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So that Ishib takes Andoria without much issue. Then we have a bunch of events. We get -2 Dominions in Whispering Waste. We've got -10 population and some unrest in the Fever Fens, which is unfortunate. And we get 2 events in Tenaria. We get a Seafarers have found a new port of call with lucrative trade. Plus 15 income in Tenaria. Very nice. Tenaria is actually becoming a very awesome province, truth be told. And we get a little population boost area, so that's cool. Scout Type 19 was discovered in White Forest and attacked. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we're under siege in Perenna, but still, again, I don't think they're sieging. Fortification in Monarch Woods is unharmed. We'll deal with that in just a second. And we did some patrolling. So, what are we doing for this turn? Again, mostly we are prepping for future turns, and we are continuing to take bites out of AI Pan. Now, we are probably going to get into some bumps here sooner rather than later, but we're just going to have to see how that goes. We'll start kind of at the top and work our way down south. So, up here in Monarch Woods, we are actually pulling Ishib 11 off and attacking into Oepera, while Bone 1 comes on with a small army of Solus. I don't know that these guys are actually going to be able... They'll be able to crack the fort, right? But I don't know that they're actually going to be able to take it, truthfully. They've got no real protection or anything like that, so we might have to crack the fort and then bring in some reinforcements to actually take it. But mostly I just want to hold the siege for now. And I want to get Ishib 11 back to raiding duty. So he'll be able to jump to Oepera or Oeperi, and that should be good. All of these, it looks like we've got a lot of movement happening. But really, these are just elders that I'm sending out to... start boosting up province defense in locations, right? In fact, we're gonna boost some of these ourselves for cheap monies. That's not it. So these are both elder movements. These are elders moving forward. These are elders moving forward. This is an elder moving. Elders moving here, and into Cracked Earth. So we're moving elders all over the place, trying to add in more stability to our realm, because we've seen in the past, right, again, the 20 defense model does not prevent stalwart raids, and it doesn't prevent geared thugs, but it can stop a little bit of a lesser raid or a thug that's not really geared or prepared to fight more than 6 province defense, especially right in a Gift of Health dominion, because Gift of Health boosting up your province defense can actually make them relatively tough, right? You guys don't have anything right now, but still. So that's cool. We want to take advantage of that, and elders are cheap investments. They do not take very much. We do have some elders over here that are finishing up things on our eastern coast, so we're trying to start moving them forward, right? So Elder 18, for example, has finished the Trackless Waste, so he's going to head west. At the Elder 17 is going to start that soon. Elder 12 will soon. Elder 13 is building Palisade, so he's going to be here for a little while. But what else are we doing? We are blood hunting in Ctesiphon, and we are building a walled city in Ctesiphon. The point of building a walled city is just for better defense for our crystal sorceresses, but also because I think with a walled city we'll probably be able to do 3 Pegasus Riders instead of 2. And I think that'll be a nice little addition. Pegasus Riders aren't fantabulous, but they're not horrible. And with, well, I mean, we are a battlefield buff nation, so with battlefield buffs, with Army of Lead, with Mass Regeneration, with things like that, they do take a bless, you know, so they're not bad. Be pretty good. See how it goes. What else do we got? We are, I think we mentioned this, but we didn't go deep into it. We're going to be risky with Ishib 16 this turn. So Ishib 16 is actually going to raid onto White Forest. I'm not super concerned about Mictlan or Hinam hitting White Forest. I'm concerned about whether or not Ishib 16 can take it himself. So if we take a look at White Forest, we can see that there are a bunch of Harpies. Not worried about those. They'll die very quickly. A bunch of Satyrs and Satyr Warriors, which I'm not super worried about them, though they can be somewhat a problem in large masses. What I'm more concerned about is I think we'll beat the province defense, and then I'm concerned that there's going to be a whole bunch of Centaur Warriors in there that I don't think Ishib 16 is going to be able to defend against. So, I considered hiring some mercs this turn. Like, no, actually, I might end up doing that. Like the Agrissipe, I don't know, Aspidades? I don't know. But hiring these guys for very cheap could be a good idea, because if we hit it and then reinforce next turn, he might be able to survive against that. Do I want to do that? Make a pretty cheap offer there. Sure. Over 81. Yeah. I think he'll be able to take the PD, but I don't think he'll be able to take the Centaur Warriors, so maybe this will be necessary to deal with that. Why am I putting them in Duluth? Let's put them in Andorra. Okay. And then elsewhere, we are attacking from Wick Forest into Pangaea. This is our big group. We are probably going to be able to crack Pangaea very quickly. I say very quickly. We should one turn pop it. We have 935 siege strength here. It is a 150 wall integrity location, and there's not nearly enough to defend against it. I'm not anticipating too terribly much trouble unless we get like super gem baited real hard. So we should have Pan in 2 turns, and after that it's going to be a matter of branching out. We'll probably try to take a couple of provinces in one fell swoop. We've got a wave of scouts pushing into unknown territories. Okay. We've got more Ishib movement with Ishib 23. And we've got a army moving from Cracked Earth into Belagor. This is a significantly smaller army, only 361 siege strength. Really only one solid mass of infantry. And we don't have the billion Yetis that we do from other situations. So, significantly smaller force, but still workable. We should take Belagor in 1 or 2 turns. We also have Isham 1 backing this army up so that he can start raiding down into other territories. And we're looking pretty good. We're starting to look very big. That's not inherently a good thing. But we're not tangled up with anyone, really. Mictlan is very tangled with Hinam, which I think is an issue for the both of them. Lanka is over here. They are, I wouldn't say tangled, but so I think Lanka's in a good position. Relay, I think, has been missing so many turns. Ever since they lost Astral Corruption, it seems like they're less interested in the game. So they are either skipping turns or missing turns here or there. Although I think they're taking most of their turns. It might have just been a couple turns that they missed or skipped. But it doesn't seem like there's much coming out of them at the moment. I'm mostly concerned that Mictlan or Hinam or Lanka, I guess, are about to start throwing out massive super combatants. And I don't have anything to deal with them yet. However, This leads us into, that's pretty much all the movement. This leads us into next turn. Okay, so next turn will be early spring. We will have our god back. It will be time. So we are continuing to do what we have been doing, prepping up for this moment to be able to push forward towards Well of Misery, Tartarian Gates. Our god's going to be back this next turn. We are filling him out with items, right? We are going to have a Frostbrand, Armor of Knights. We are going to have a Scutata Volturnus, a Skullcap because he needs that. Boots of the Messenger because that will be very useful. We will have, you know, I can put a Flesh Eater on him if I feel like I need to prevent him from routing. But we'll see, right? Flesh Eater is probably going to be a good one. Plus, we're going to have a little bit of playroom. Initially, we're going to have a Ring of Warning and Ring of Regeneration on him. We will need to get rid of one of those things for when we have the Ring of... Or not Ring of Sorcery, for when we have the Crystal Coin. So the first turn, he's back. We're going to have to make a Crystal Coin. Then with the Crystal Coin and the Starshine Skullcap, he will be Astral 6. Astral 6 will allow him to make a Ring of Sorcery. And then our god is basically done. He can go back to researching or probably doing ritual castings or forgings or things like that. And that is where the Ring of Warning will come back into play. Again, we're probably going to make Ring of Warnings for every turn for a long while. Because Rings of Warning are basically giving us this opportunity to overload our bodyguard scenario and use that to basically keep people alive. So far, so good. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Maybe we just kit out our god afterwards and like go attack Perenna or something. I don't know. We'll see. Our god in our dominion with Gift of Health is going to be kind of a colossus. So I will feel very good about certain situations with our god. Especially with something like a Scutata Volturnus and a built-in Vine Shield. I'll feel pretty relaxed about a lot of different situations there. But that will... So next turn, we'll have our god make a Crystal Coin. Okay? That's turn 72. Turn 73, we're going to have a Crystal Coin. We'll make a Ring of Sorcery. Okay? That's turn 73. Turn 74... we will take that Ring of Sorcery and we will put it on Leprosy or on Hollow, our two Mound Fiends, and we will make a Lich. We will ritually summon a Lich. Okay? It is extremely important that our Mound Fiends not die. Our Mound Fiend, whichever one that we use, does not die with that Ring of Sorcery on. Otherwise, that's just right down the drain. However, if that does go right down the drain, it's not the end of the world. We have 2 Skull Staffs, and with a Lich, 1 Skull Staff puts him at 5, and then to avoid more potential hits, we can just empower, right? We've saved up enough gems to where we could just potentially empower and ignore trying to do a Skullcap just to get Well of Misery up, okay? So Well of Misery goes up. We're probably pretty big overcast, probably as much as we can put into it. Well of Misery goes up, and then we try to Tart. We try to Tartarian Gate every single turn. And... in theory, eventually Well of Misery goes down, and that's okay, because we still we still have 20 inherent death gems. Well of Misery is not a requirement for this to work. Well of Misery is icing on the cake that most people, again, most people will be like, huh, Well of Misery. I make money off of Well of Misery. That's good. Because Well of Misery basically increases everyone's income by 10%. So normally speaking, people are not going to be like, Well of Misery, right? They might be like, Well of Misery, Mother Oak, Gift of Health. And then they might be like, okay. But, you know, ooh. I forgot to do this. We've got to take care of this. And I need to rename him real quick. So we've got Esham 5. Wait, don't we already have an Esham 5? That's Esham 1. 2. 3 is up here with this army, right? Yeah, 3. And then 4 was our guy that died up here in Neotha. So Esham 5 is correct. So we've actually got 2 luck here in Bell. Fingers crossed. We are going to immediately transformation. Transformation of Kadan. Give me a Manticore. So fingers crossed. This is a decent shaman, by the way. Decent shaman. This is a very good shaman, because we got both a 100%er and a 10%er, because we got 1 water and 1 nature. So this guy has very high nature and the capability of doing foul vapors. So this guy can actually go up to nature 5 with just the strength of Gaia, which means he is an amazing, like, he can strength of Gaia, mass regeneration, all on his own, no communion necessary, no additional gear necessary, nothing. So he can do a lot of shit. Very strong, very good. Fingers crossed that we do not immediately fuck him up. No promises though, because it's entirely possible. Now we do have Hall Woods here. We want to kind of turn. We have a strong core. We're gonna keep building walled cities and things like that. We want to continue to increase the strength of our core provinces, but we've got a lot of territory to build up and defend, and we want to make sure that we're doing that. We want to focus on that over the course of the next couple turns, as we kind of have this lull. We're not in this major war with anyone. Right? This is a big opportunity for us to invest in infrastructure. I'd like to maybe get something up in Assad. I'd like to start recruiting units in Hall Woods. That's what part of this was for. But over here in Bell, we'll probably transform, send to Hall Woods. Transform, send to Hall Woods. Oh, shit. You know what? I fucked up. I gotta cancel recruitment on a lot of this stuff, don't I? Because we want Enkidu shamans basically every turn. What do we got? We got 1 over there. We got 1 right there. That's fine. That's fine. Are we recruiting anything here? No. We've got some elders that will cancel. And we'll pull out another shaman. Very good. Okay. That's going to be it for the turn. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.